Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Pokémon Blue. I know what you're thinking, 2 episodes in a row, what the hell is going on here? Well, as I did explain in the last episode, I am going to make it all the way to the 3rd gym to Mr. Lieutenant Surge before we go into the next video, be that Dead Space or Minecraft or whatever, I'm not sure which yet. Anyway, when we last left off, I noted that the little girl in here wanted a Spearow in exchange for a Farfetch'd, so I have just gone off and caught one, didn't even bother to heal the poor fellow, and now I am sending him via link cable to her Game Boy so she can send me a Farfetch'd. Now if you remember the link cable, and you should, it was one of the coolest accessories to have as a lad, or a ladette, or actually ladette's insulting, lass? Female. Anyway, yes, it was good to have because it meant you could trade and battle with all your little friends, and who the hell did not want to do that? Nobody did not want to do that. Yep, that's the double negative I was going for. So, I have traded Fearow for Farfetch'd, who is nicknamed Dux, which isn't the worst traded name I've ever gotten, and it doesn't really matter in the end because he's going straight in the PC, never to return again. She told me to take good care of him, and what better care can I think of than keeping him as a bit of data for the rest of his life. Unless, of course, the computer crashes or breaks or something, and then God knows what happens to them. So, off he goes, in which I will retrieve my beloved Melvin. Yes, that's his name. I had to check there for a second. I do love Melvin very much, even though he has a propensity to just die at the very first sign of danger. He doesn't even run at the very first sign of danger, he just dies at the first sign of danger. He cuts out the middleman altogether. And so, I believe I am now off to Route 11 to take on the many trainers that lurk there. Now obviously, save for Diglett's Tunnel, which I will eventually go through, Route 11 doesn't really have much to do at the minute because there is a Snorlax blocking the bridge. Ooh! Very unsubtle edit cut there. I have just rushed up into Cerulean to exchange my bike voucher for a bike, which means you are going to start hearing a lot more of that horrible, annoying bike theme that, compared to the rest of the music in this game, is just a pile of shit. Get ready to listen. Here we go! Now wasn't that just the best thing ever? You're going to get to hear that a lot, I absolutely assure you. So off we go again, all the way down to our beloved Vermilion City? Yes. And I'm not going to cut the journey back there, I'm going to subject you to the full force of this music. And again. Off we go! It haunts me to my very soul to this day. Am I going to break it out again? Yes, I just love to torture my viewers. I'm not even going to cut through the... And it would appear that there was a trainer I missed all along. He probably chose now as the time to challenge me because he, much like the rest of the world, wanted to shut up that awful cycling theme. And so, not quite as impressive as his butterfree packing brother. That was a weird, awkward sentence. Not as impressive as his friend who has a Butterfree. He has a Weedle and some Caterpies, which Melvin is going to make short work of, because even though Melvin is a tragic little fellow, he can at least take down some bugs. And he is awarded with a level for his excellence. No, you're kidding! No, I'm not kidding. I am indeed just gonna play this bicycle theme forevermore. It is time for Thor to go at the forefront, because he is the last remaining level 16 that I have. And off we go back to Vermilion. Wasn't that a lovely little detour, getting that lovely old bike? Yeah. listen to that music. Fantastic. And so, 'tis time for Route 11. Which I think I'm going to get off the bike in a sec. Oh, it'll have to be after this battle then. This route does have some very good theme music, so I'm going to try and spoil that as little as possible. And it's time for Youngster, and he has an Akans. I remember the Akans. So it is a classic battle of the ages, a blue exclusive versus a red exclusive. He goes out with a rap and he misses, and I now make sure he's going to miss every single thing ever for the rest of his life, except for that bite. So off we go. Yep, he's missing it now, and that's my third sand attack. He is just not going to hit a damn thing. Nope, no hits for you, good sir. That'll be 4. Oh, he's finally got me. I am indeed going to go for the full 6 here. I'm nothing if not extravagant. Come on. Let go of me. Let go of Thor. Mighty Thor. There we go. That's my 5th. And now, oh no, ha, failed. 6th. Now he is as inaccurate as it is possible to be. So I'm just going to scratch him to death. I could have done this much earlier, but why be simple when you can be complex? That's what I ask. Huh? That's not right. And so, yes, I'm checking to make sure it is indeed Route 11, and for those of you who do not know, which is most of you who haven't played this game in a while, Drowsies are the new addition to the game at this point. So you know the drill, I'm going to cut until I find a Drowsy. I will see you in just a second. I have found a Drowsy. There it is, looking all cool. Even for Gen 1, he looks like he's about to pounce me. So Thor has been utterly battered by many wild Pokemon that we have found, and he's going in with that Hypnosis. That could be very well the end of it for Thor. That's a rather weak pound, but will he wake up? Yes, he will. Drowsy tried to be cheap with that chain hypnosis, but it just didn't work. And now it looks like we will have our Drowsy. He's well weakened, but Thor is also against the ropes, but it doesn't matter. If he dies now, it will have been for a valiant cause. And so, Pokeball, go! Son of a bitch! And that's the end of Thor. But as I said previously, a few seconds ago, he has died for a valiant cause. Who will I bring out now? 'Tis of course Forensic. You shall finish the job, dear Forensic. Go, go! No! It was so close, too! So, he is depleting my balls at an alarming rate. But 3rd time is the charm, Drowsy has been caught. Get ready for some Pokédex data, people. Drowsy, Hypnosis type. Puts enemies to sleep, then eats their dreams. Occasionally gets sick from eating bad dreams. Ow. Just like I occasionally get sick from eating bad shrimp. And so, it is time to give this little fellow a nickname. What shall that nickname be? I literally can't remember because I recorded this yesterday. Zaz. Zaz. I remember. This little Drowsy shall be known henceforth as Zazrataz. I could have gone for Razmataz, but I'm just a little bit subversive that way. It is in fact Zazrataz. So, off we go. And then I forget that I don't record me healing my Pokemon, so off we go back. And there it is. There's that theme. Completely unruined, except for the sound of my voice now, completely drowning out the good theme that you can now no longer hear because I am talking. Okay, win, lose or draw. 'Tis time for a trainer battle. Against a new type of trainer. The Gambler! He, of course, in later generations has been retconned, woollyized into being a gamer instead of a gambler, because gambling is wrong and will corrupt the children. So, it is time for Jonesy to finish off this little scallywag pollywag. But of course, they too have hypnosis, and poor old Jonesy is just gonna die. So, it wasn't exactly his moment in the sun, so it is time for Xerxes. You don't even have eyes, Xerxes. How can he possibly hypnotise you? Bite, bite, bite with all your might. Oh, oh, but ignore that bubble. Okay, so it looks like Xerxes is doing pretty well, but oh no, he too has fallen asleep. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, we're awake. Ha! Tried to be cheap, but it just didn't work. One more bite and he will be out of the picture, but oh no, Xerxes is asleep again, this is ridiculous. Oh, Xerxes falls as well. So who now to save us? Who? 'Tis Melvin, of course. Poor Melvin. Hopefully even he can defeat an enemy with almost no health. Yes, he can. Thor has grown to level 17 and learned Slash, one of the finest normal type moves ever to grace the history of the world ever, because its chance to critically hit is just fantastic. So, 'tis a horsey you must face now. Attack him with all your fury, Melvin. You can do it. I believe in you. My little sparrow, you can do it. So he hit the enemy 4 times, that's not bad, but hereth cometh another bubble. But hereth cometh moreth furyth. And that furyth attack is going to hit 3 times. 1 more and you would have done it, you stupid sparrow. But you did it. Well done, Melvin. You are a fine example of a living creature. Atcha! Don't go away. So, obvious edit cut there. It is time to proceed in search of greater challenges. My Pokémon should be ready by now. And the greater challenge will come to us in the form of Youngster. And so Youngster will send out his Nidoran, and I'm just going to fast forward this because I'm like, Nidoran, he is pathetic. And did you see that Slash with its critical hit already? Just completely tearing through it. But now he sends out a Nidorino, and I'm thinking, oh my god, things have gotten interesting. So I choose not to fast forward through it. However, Nidorino is no match for the Slash, as it is quickly becoming clear. So there you go, Thor. Slash away. 1 more should have him down. Lovely. That's a lot of free experience for Thor at the very least. There we go. Youngster, you were pathetic. And it's time to save the game, because as soon as I win a battle I save the game just in case something horrifically bad happens in the next couple of seconds, which for all we know it might. I just became a trainer, but I don't think I can win! Well, that is just not the attitude you need for Pokémon, dear sir. You have to believe that you're the very best, like no one ever was. And so off we go, off we go, off we go. It's a Slash versus Slash. Who's gonna win? Oh, it is his son who cheated, though. Thor started out pre-injured. I'm giving that one to Thor. So, poor Melvin can finish the job. No, he can't. Yes, he can, but only just. Well done, Melvin. In 2 levels' time, you will finally evolve and hopefully be a little bit less pathetic. So, though there is a very good chance that I'm going to stick you in the PC as soon as you evolve. We'll see what happens. So, can you defeat a Zubat? Can you defeat a Zubat? Oh, you don't force confusion and yet your attack still misses. You deserve to lose to a Zubat, Melvin. Come on. I used to feel sorry for you, but now it's just getting ridiculous. And you, I've got bone to pick with you as well, Forensic. Level 17, and you still don't have a flying type move. What the hell kind of flying type Pokemon are you? My god. My Pokemon couldn't, he says. And so, ooh! Yes, there was a bit of a recording failure there, and I forgot to... Yeah, so, anyway, fighting another trainer now. It's just one battle after another in this Let's Play. No skipping for your convenience, you get to see every last fray. Because I don't want to give you people any illusions. The path to being a Pokemon Master is long and requires much dedication, and so, 'tis Xerxes versus Bellsprout, a poison/flying type versus a Pokemon who, as far as I know, only knows a grass type move, and rap. So damn right you beat that one, Xerxes. You don't get any respect from me for that, so come on. Finish him. Finish him. There we go. And that is the end of that gambler, who tells us that he had a chance, but of course he didn't have a chance. Look at my team. 'Tis a mighty team. Nothing could defeat that team. So, What am I doing? I'm not entirely sure. I'm just going for a crazy wander around, and off we go. In search of more trainers, and I found one. And he saith to me, I have never won before. This is a very pessimistic route. But look at this. Look at that gorgeous creature. He has a Growlithe, which unfortunately I will not be able to get in Pokemon Blue, because I believe the fire type that I get to find is Vulpix. And don't get me wrong, I like Vulpix. Vulpix is very cute. Ninetales slightly less so, but still okay. But Growlithe and his evolution Arcanine, they just can't be beat as far as fire types go. So, fortunately, he didn't really display his full might and got defeated by a lowly Pidgey because he insists on roaring all the time. No wonder this person has never won before. Oh, and there you go, he has his Vulpix, who doesn't look as good in Generation 1 as she should, I dare say. Vulpix manages to fidge... I can't even talk today. Managed to fidge a pigeon. Finish a pigeon off. Speak using words, Jamie. People will understand you better. And so the Vulpix goes in with a quick attack, but I'm having none of it. Nothing could defeat my mighty Xerxes. For he is Xerxes! And he has gained experience, and this gambler has been defeated. I saw this coming. And, yep, I completely forgot about this. I've been so fixated on this Pidgey actually finally learning a damn flying type move, I forgot that at some point, yes, he is going to evolve. And so he's done it now. Forensic has become a mighty Pidgeotto. Mighty, mighty, mighty. And when I say mighty, I mean... fair. Slightly better than he was before. So... what am I doing? Oh, no, I've decided I don't dare brave the grass, and I'm going somewhere else, but where will that somewhere else be? I'm following the path like a good little boy. He's laying down some cables, ladies and gentlemen, and you know what that means. It's time to battle to the death, and so we face... Engineer! And he sends out his Magnemite, one of my favourite Pokemon, and I send out Xerxes! And I decide to keep Xerxes in, even though I'm fairly sure Magnemite has electric attacks, because he's an electric type, but it seems he doesn't have electric attacks! He does not have electric attacks, but he is still soundly thrashing Xerxes with... I've forgotten how to talk! Okay. Xerxes has grown to level 18, and I have defeated the engineer who states that that was electric. There we go, now I'm speaking using words. It's time for Jonesy to take the stage, as it were. Oh my god. Watch out for live wires, for I am another engineer. And he is. I know he doesn't have one, but whenever I see that sprite, in the first split second, I kind of see Hulk Hogan with a big sort of handlebar mustache. Anyway, so it's time to finish off that Magnemite with a good old quick attack, allowing Jonesy to grow. And here is another Magnemite. A pathetic little creature, even though they're one of my favourites. And down they go, and oh my gosh, he has a Magneton at level 18. What sorcery is this? Let me do as much damage as I can, but oh no, this Magneton finally has an electric attack, and it's just going to fry my little rat. But of course, what's good against electric? Ground! So it's Thor's time to shine. And it would seem that he has traded that Thundershock for a tackle, because he's not tackling me, he's only Thundershocking me and it's not hurting, and now this is just becoming a curb stomp of a battle. But that slash doesn't quite finish him off, but I don't care, because I can't even get hurt, so here we go, another slash, and he's down! I do love getting a critical hit when the enemy is on so little health, it makes no difference. So, whoa, you Sparkplug! I am indeed a Sparkplug. And it is time for Bobbins to take the stage, oh yeah. And off we go to search things. Looking in the corner, there is nothing in the corner, but I have to check, you know me. And oh my, a final challenger I did not anticipate. I have never lost. Well, you good sir are about to lose. So he sends out a Voltorb, a level 18 Voltorb, which I'm fairly confident that I can just vine with into oblivion. And now another Magnemite, which, again, is easy prey for my Vine Whip. And I have defeated he, and he saith, my first loss. Well, dear sir, get used to it. So off I go. I'm expecting to be stopped, telling the guard, see, I even stopped in anticipation, because I thought that would be another thirsty guard, but no. I'm freely allowed to pass, but there is the smallest Snorlax I have ever seen, laying in the way. So I'll come back for you later when I have a certain magical flute. I say magical, it's probably just the loud music that's waking him up. Whatevs. Now, of course, I could be all smarmy and clever and say, he's asleep, why don't we just battle him or capture him or something, but I'm not going to be that guy. He is asleep, that is blocking our way, we're just going to have to accept that logic as we did when we were children. Okay? Okay. So, I'm fairly proud of the amount of Pokemon I've got so far, but that Professor Oak's aide has just shat all over it and said, phew, you need 30 before I'm going to give a shit. I even have a little check. I have 27. It's close to 30, but it's not quite what he wanted, and that makes me sad. And so, I'm the best in my class. The final battler of Route 11. He's the best in his class, and he's sporting a Rattata. But your Rattata is no match for my Bobbines. Ha ha, you missed. What a stupid little Pokemon. Doobity 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 doo. But oh no, Hyperfang is no... oof. Okay, poor little Bobbins is doing rather badly now. But he has at least grown a level, which is what we wanted out of him. And so he sends out another Rattata, certainly the best in his class indeed, who opens with a Tail Whip on a nearly dead Bobbines. Yes, you are the best in your class, dear boy. What class do you go to? Insert retard joke here. Very offensive. Okay, so... 'tis time for Melvin to finish off this dear old rat. Gosh, I didn't even make an offensive joke, and yet now I feel I should be sorry. So anyway, yes. Fury Attack surely will be enough to defeat this little critter. But no, because it only hit 3 times, and that Hyperfang is still a rather Hyperfang. Look at that! Good heavens, Melvin! Have some self-respect. There we go. That should be the end of it all. Another redundant critical hit. Now, I don't rate your chances against this Raticate, but let's see how you do. Oh, about as well as I expected. And so... now, I'm rather worried, because it's just occurred to me that I don't actually have that much left. This little boy could actually defeat me. Still, Thor, my final line of defense, does have a rather strong move in the form of Slash. So maybe I just will do it, especially since this Raticate is wasting all his moves on Tail Whips, and then doesn't even bother to go for the Hyperfang that probably would have taken me out, and so Slash. Disaster averted, wonderful, and that is essentially the end of this video. Sorry it was just me battling along a route, but as I say, I'm going to show you every last damn excruciating detail, and you are going to like it, okay? Okay. And so, with that, I'm going to teleport back to Vermilion City, and I'm going to see you next time. See you next time, you fools!